There we go. I feel, oh, that's a beast. That's a beast. That's a beast. That's a good one. That's a good one. Stay on. Stay on. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've got the Clemson hat on, so that means two things. Just around the corner is the fall bite, when the big Susky smallmouth come out to play, and they are like piranhas. And also, Clemson football, college football, is just around the corner, so it's one of my favorite times of the year in just a few months, so I'm looking forward to that. In this video, we're taking on day 2 of the Susky 5 Slamma Jamma tournament. I'm in the team event with Vince from Angler's Anchor. Go check out his channel if you haven't watched or subscribed. And I'm also simultaneously taking part in the native Big Bass Power Hour. It's a no limit tournament, as many bass over 14 inches as you can within the 9 hours you can measure, and the person with biggest total at the end wins. And also they give away $1,000 to the biggest bass every hour. So you guys saw from the last video, if you watched it, that Vince and I were sitting in 11th place in the team event after day 1. I had a total bag that was in the 70s, so my goal was to get that at least into the 80s. We wanted to stay into the mix, so I was going to just try to get some bigger bass. I wasn't sure how I was going to approach my location. I went into this tournament without a motor. A lot of other guys are using motors in this event, so I'm kind of limited in the amount of water I can cover. So I need to be very intentional about where I launch. So because I was catching a lot of bass on day 1, even though they weren't massive, I launched at the same location, hoping that I could pick it apart and get enough 14s to compete in the power hour and find a few big ones to increase my bag for the team event. So stick around to the end to see how we finished in the team event and how I did in the Big Bass Power Hour. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Well, guys, we're back out for day 2 of the tournament. I had a pretty mid day yesterday. Vince and I are doing the team event, and we both have 70 something inches. We're currently sitting in 11th place out of 40 teams. So my goal today is to cull some of those small fish I have, but I'm also fishing the Big Bass Power Hour, so $1,000 for the biggest fish every hour. And it's also a no limit tournament, so you can measure as many fish over 14 as you want. It's going to be tougher though than you'd think, because I was catching a lot of 13s yesterday. 14 seems to be right on the cusp of those. Not quite a dink, but not exactly super plentiful this time of the year in the river and low clear water. So hopefully we can move up from 11th, but we're in the mix. For a couple of relatively new guys to tournament fishing, we're not doing half bad, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Whew. First fish of the morning, people. Oh, goodness. Let's see what we have. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, it's a slow one so far. We've got 1:14. Assuming my picture's decent, that'll be our first fish on the board for the power hour and the and a call for the team event, because I have a couple 13.5. So that's not going to do it for us, so we're going to keep trucking. There we go. Another 13, guys. It's gonna be tough getting a bunch of 14s today, because I am catching a bunch of 13s, but for the power hour it has to be 14 and above. And for the team event that I'm doing with Vince, all of my fish are already above 13. So I'm going back up to the area where I started, where I caught a bunch yesterday. I do see a guy up there, but I think a lot of people are going to start where we launched and move out of this area pretty quickly. So I may be able to fish these ledges in through here. Oh! Oh! Did you see him crush that the second it hit the water? I wasn't paying attention.
So it feels like I was trying to float this morning and they were nipping it. They don't really want to eat it.
Yeah, so there's one. Come on. Come on. 15. Thank you, buddy. There we go. Another 13 something. It's not gonna do it, ladies and gents. There we go. I feel. Oh, that's a beast. That's a beast. That's a beast. That's a good one. That's a good one. Stay on. Stay on. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. Stay on, please. Stay on. Stay on. No. Stay on. Yes. Oh, yes, sir. We needed that. We needed that bad. Thank you, buddy. We needed that fish. Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. I would have loved for it to be a 20, but we'll take what we can get, guys. Guys, I wasn't running my GoPro for this one, but we got another good one, guys. We're slowly climbing. Slowly climbing. We might turn this into a half decent day yet. All right. Thank you, buddy. So guys, it's the hot part of the day. So we are just beating these ledges, these deep ledges with the Obsidian Nikko Hellgrammite on a North Branch tackle sled jig. It is hard for these fish to resist this even when it's sluggish. The sun is really high right now and I'm just kind of finding a channel here, casting it in there, and really just letting it go and watching my line. Looking for movement, trying to feel for any ticks. Ooh, oh, there we go. I don't think that's very big. No, that's not gonna beat 15, which is what I already have on the board. Well, actually, forgot about the power hour. If he makes, oh, that was a monster that just swam by. If he makes 14, I can measure him for the power hour. Kind of forgot about that. But I don't think he's gonna make 14. You guys know I'm notoriously bad at length. No, he's like 13. Yeah, not gonna happen. Thank you, buddy. Well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. In the team event, Vince and I ended up finishing 25th out of 40 teams. Less than ideal. But again, not an excuse, but we're new to this, we're learning as we go, and honestly, just competing with some of these guys. There are just some sticks out there, professional anglers, high caliber YouTubers, people who can really fish. So the fact that two guys new to kayak fishing without motors can get in there and just catch fish and compete, it was really a fun time. I ended up increasing my bag for the team event by 10 inches, which I was happy with, but it wasn't enough. People were really catching some big ones and I just couldn't find them in that stretch I was in. For the Big Bass Power Hour, I ended up 53rd out of about 150 anglers. I only found 4 bass over 14 inches to measure. So if I was in the top third-ish of anglers, it tells me that a lot of people struggled, including myself. A few guys crushed it. A few people got some really big totals, but a lot of us really struggled in that shallow, clear water in the heat of the day. It seemed like finesse was the name of the game. But I learned a couple things for next time. One, if I compete in a larger event like this again, I'm gonna put the motor on because I'm just so limited in the amount of water I can cover. If the 2-mile section I'm fishing is not productive, it's not productive. I can't just hop a few miles upstream or downstream to find better water. And a lot of people who did really well seem to launch within the bounds and go south or go north. So that's something I need to keep in mind for next time. The other thing is, maybe I was a little too quick to abandon power fishing. I was thinking that I was catching a lot of fish on the Hellgrammite. It can catch small fish and big fish. That's one of the pros of it. But maybe I stuck to it too much because it was so productive on Friday. I pretty much exclusively fished the Hellgrammite, other than, you know, some topwater early in the morning. But maybe I should have stuck with some power tactics to try to get just a handful of those big bites to help me out with my bag. But at the end of the day, finishing in the top third-ish for the Power Hour and just being towards the middle of the pack for the team event, I was super happy with that. And we're gonna keep learning, we're gonna keep growing, we're gonna keep catching fish. Susky smallmouth are mean. Fishing that medium light spinning setup with the Hellgrammite, there were a couple times, you saw the one where I was like, this is a good fish, this is a big fish. It was just one of those 17 to 18 inch fish that just bullied me on my tackle and made me think I had a 19 or 20. So Susky smallmouth are pit bulls, and even the small ones are fun to catch. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, tide lines.